So in the United States, about 60 million people, or adults, or actually 30% of the whole population is actually overweight. So that has been a doubling rate since 1980, and that's dealing with obesity. Obesity, in definition terms, is a condition in which body fat has accumulated to such an extent, to an extent that your health is actually affected in a very negative way. Some of the things that some diseases that obesity can have, that can occur with obesity is cardiovascular diseases such as blood clots and heart attacks, diabetes, sleep apnea, osteoarthritis, and different types of cancers. Now with the cardiovascular diseases, some of the things that could lead to that is high blood pressure and bad cholesterol. With cholesterol, your HDL, which is your good cholesterol, goes down, and then the LDL, which is your bad cholesterol, goes up. So that could lead to a heart attack and blood clots. And I'm going to show you some charts here with obesity over the past from 1963 to 1999, while children being overweight from 6 to 19 years old have doubled from 4 to 16, so almost tripled, and it's continued to rise, every year. And then here is a demographic chart of the United States. This is in 1985. You can tell that only 10% in several states are obese, and there's not a lot of obesity, but as you carry on, here in 1990, you can tell that a lot more states, 10% of the population they've surveyed are more obese, and then keep going on. 1995, it actually rises to 15 to 19%, and almost every state now has obesity. And now 2000, the yellow, 15 to 20%. Obesity just keeps rising. And keep going. This is 2005. We're actually going into 29% zone of 30% of the population being obese. And last year, almost all of the states are obese, at least 29 to 30% of the states obese. The government tried to set up this goal called 2010, where they were trying to get all the states to be 15%, just 15% or less of the population to be less obese, and they all failed. None of the states passed the 2010 plan, so obesity is a real epidemic today in the States. Some of the factors of why obesity happens, not necessarily the blame for it, is definitely the change of lifestyle with all this new technology. High energy and high calorie foods are widely available now with us, the ready meals, really fast meals. And definitely with cars, computers, television, they're definitely making people less active. Some of the things are like the video games, children, instead of playing in the playground back in the 80s, they're sitting at home playing 8 hours watching TV or playing video games. Some examples, like in airports, the moving sidewalks. People can't even walk through the terminals anymore. They have a little escalator that walks for them. And things that technology that we think are really cool, like segways, but I personally think they just make you more lazy. I mean, we can't even walk anymore. We need machines to walk for us. So that's why, people are just getting more obese. Another thing is with fast food is people want everything fast. We live in a fast-paced society now. Everybody's busy with work. They got things to do, and they just don't have time. And fast food is everywhere around the corner. I mean, if you look here in St. Kitts, there's no McDonald's, but there's Domino's, there's KFC. There's always some type of fast food where people can easily grab their hands on. And usually fast food, is very, very unhealthy for you. But fast food alone cannot be blamed for why obesity is happening today. Another thing is also genetics. Family members, usually, from past generations to generations, are obese. They have a thing called the thrifty genotype theory, where the same genes that helped our ancestors survive occasional famines are now being challenged by environments in which food is plentiful year round, so that, we don't really have to worry about starvation in America because, food is easily accessible, not like it was in the past. And with genetics, it's such a small percentage that it's really hard to focus that as the main reason why people are obese. The two things I'm going to pretty much blame it on why people are obese is individuality and parenting. I think with parents, poor eating and poor exercise are established during childhood. When a child is born, the parent is the one that is going to teach the child how to eat and how to become, to have a healthy lifestyle. If the parents, are unhealthy and don't eat right, the children are going to end up being the same way. Parents are the primary caregivers. A child cannot go to a store and buy fruits and vegetables. That is the job for the parent to do that for them. They make the daily decisions on the activities, Instead of buying them a video game, you bring them out to the park, hanging out, and so they make all the choices for them at home because the child cannot do that. They should be the ones setting up rules about what they eat and engage in a healthful eating environment. Our parents are definitely role models because parents can say one thing and do another thing, and the child would be like monkey see, monkey do. So if the parent would say, eat healthy and don't play video games all day, but they watch their parents watch TV and eat junk food, they're going to do what they do, not do what they say. So that's a problem with the parents. And some of the parents sometimes overuse the reward system where if they keep quiet, they would give them a candy, and that's the only way they could get their kids to do stuff is using sweets. That's, I think, is a bad thing. If you teach them to like vegetables at a very young age, they could easily grow up to be very healthy. How many of you guys, when you were in elementary school, when your parents packed lunches, there was some kind of junk food like chips? I remember when I was a kid, there was a Costco, they always had the variety chip bag. I know everybody had one of those, so just parents, there's always something in there, even as when you're a child, that there's junk food in there that we can prevent. That's why I say parents are have some to blame to it, but mainly I think with obesity it's an individual choice because it's a personal decision, because when you're an adult, you choose what you want to eat. No one has a gun pointing to you saying you should eat junk food. It's your choice. As much as there's high-tech, gadgets and stuff to make you lazy or whatever, or junk food and McDonald's there's also alternatives that you could eat, like salads. There's also diet programs if you need help. With people that are morbidly obese, they have gastric bypass surgery. There's always options there to help you. So it's just people not realizing that there is options, and they just have low self-esteem and make themselves, want to eat and become more obese. So people need to stop making up excuses for themselves and, make a personal decision to lose weight and become healthy, the more healthy society we be, less obese.
Okay.